Thank you, Wendy. So a lot of times in my work as a consultant, I talk to senior leaders and executives and even hands-on workers, hands-on people like you who develop software, develop systems, integrate systems, provide service to organizations. And I hear the two words capability and capacity used quite a bit, but often interchangeably, because the people using these phrases or these two words haven't really stopped and thought, how are they different? You know, what is the demarcation between capability and capacity? I've even talked to a CEO who used both words in the same sentence, and I think she meant two different things, but I wasn't certain, so I had to probe that a little bit. So I believe one of the cornerstones of my career is that definition is everything. Anytime two or more people get together and talk about a subject, they need to define the words and the phrases that they use. Otherwise, everybody will leave the room or leave the webinar having a different understanding or different assumptions about what was said. So these are not necessarily Wiktionary or Wikipedia definitions. These are just two operational or working definitions that I have come up with that I find very useful to distinguish capability from capacity. So I define capability as the ability to develop and deliver a high-quality product or service that provides value that is competitively distinguishable from other offerings. And I define capacity as the ability to meet varying demands or needs for a product or service without adversely affecting product or service quality and value. And so that's a nice academic definition for capability and capacity. So let me illustrate those two concepts using real-world business sectors that I have personally provided consulting and strategy, performance strategy consulting to. Let's look at a hospital and compare capability from capacity. So in a hospital, capability might be world-renowned doctors, surgeons, oncologists, cardiothoracic specialists, cardiologists, trauma, orthopedic, and so forth. So that you can see that capability is based on skill sets and very high-end skills, versus capacity in a hospital might be sufficient emergency room staff to facilitate and facilitates to treat 95% of incoming patients from a disaster within 5 minutes of their arrival. So you understand, you can see the difference there. Let's talk about a military force. That's the third row down. And I do a lot of work in the U.S. defense sector. So capability in a military force would be things like special operators, advanced superior weaponry like smart projectiles or smart bullets, cyber secure comms and signals so that you can have a satellite digital battlefield, AI-supported battle planning or a robotic force, versus capacity for a military force would be things like Amazon model logistics. The force can get anything, any product, anywhere, anytime when they need it in a supply chain, medical and logistical mobility, rapid response force protection. I've been doing a lot of work lately in the medical devices industry, and so capability there would be things like they can consistently release products with zero patient health risk defects, versus capacity, which would be maybe through DevOps, continuous deployment, and inventory management, produced within plus or minus 0.5% of order demand, so that they never have too much inventory or too little inventory to produce to meet the then current demand. In IT services, I think maybe a lot of you work in IT. The capability would be service quality consistently exceeds customer expectations, maintains at or near zero repeat support calls or trouble reports. Capacity in IT would be something like meets or exceeds all level of service agreements even when demand increases dramatically. So hopefully those examples will illustrate the difference in some sectors of the economy between capability and capacity. Now, if you are listening in and watching this webinar and you are in an industry that is not one of my examples, we'd be happy to take questions via the chat to see if we can talk about how your industry can improve capability and capacity. And so the question comes down to, well, which to improve, capability or capacity? Now, sometimes I get the question, well, why don't we just improve both, capability and capacity? Well, the simple answer to that is, well, you can, but do you really need to? Do you need to invest the time and effort and schedule into improving both if improving one of them will meet your business objectives? So I have a very dramatic comparison here. You're looking at on the top, the car is a McLaren 720S. It can go from 0 to 200 kilometers per hour in 7.8 seconds and has a top speed of 341 kilometers per hour, and it costs about $330,000, and it's a long wait, even if you have the $330,000. McLaren doesn't need to produce more of these. They don't need to mass produce these. They have an order backlog forever. So the engineering improvement objective is to increase the capability of this product, of this car, to just make it better every time they build one and make it a more desirable vehicle. They don't need to worry about customers. They will have customers until the end of time. Now, and this is a hand-built car, so the quality comes from the care and the engineering and the intense focus on high quality that goes into the vehicle. Now, if you look below that, I looked up a statistic that says basically every year during the holidays in the U.S. at least, parcel shipping increases 10 to 15% year over year. So they necessarily don't need to put a focus on, well, we got to reduce the...
Hi there, hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Maludis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also gaining complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year, but if you use the coupon code LEARN2EARN, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time and best wishes for your continued success.